Hello everyone. I think this is my second YouTube video in this capacity. So this is a little bit new to me, so please forgive the stumbles and the bumbles and the mumbles that may happen as I put this video together. So what's motivating me to put this video together? Well, let's kind of give a quick history of who I am. My name is Susanna. I'm an advanced yoga teacher. I'm registered with Yoga Alliance. Also, I teach hot yoga. I'm also a nutritional health specialist, a Reiki master, a yoga lifestyle and spiritual coach, a shamanic healer. And yeah, that's kind of a few of the tools in my toolkit. So the motivation for this is to share with you a portion of my physical journey. So I've come from corporate finance, really high stress, high life now, really high stress life, high intensity, fast paced, million dollar, no, that's being a little, hundreds of millions of dollars running through my fingers, being responsible for a team of up to like 15 plus people. It was just really, really high stress. And before I actually found my roots back into yoga, I kind of really was dismissive and about my body and all the conversations my body was having with me. And my mind felt well and healthy and spry, but the body has been complaining and was complaining for a period of time. And so essentially the last year prior to leaving corporate finance was I started having all these special events happening in my body where I started experiencing intense situations of vertigo, hot flashes, and just all of a sudden paralysis, shakes, tremors, respiratory issues, and it just did not make sense for the physical issues that I was enduring, for the life that I was living. I've had an asthmatic pretty much all my life and always controlled my lung and respiratory issues with diet and with health choices and minimal amount of medication where needed. I used to use my meds as Advil when necessary, and all of a sudden, about a year or so prior to leaving corporate finance, everything just, the house card, my deck of cards or my house of cards of my body just decided to say, nope, we're done. And so upon exiting the industry, give an example, it'd be about a 5-10 minute walk from the 5-10 minute walk to the building. And by the time I got into the building, I was in such a terrible state. I had to lie down for about 15-20 minutes because my head and my world was spinning, and all the medical results and all the medical tests, everything just came back normal. And it was absolutely frustrating beyond belief. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm not big on YouTube, but there's a call, something's calling me to kind of just put this out there, and so I'm going to do so. And yeah, so if you continue to watch my videos or look for my videos and follow me, you kind of get it, that this is how I maneuver and I walk around in this world, is whatever calls, I follow the direction of whatever calls. And that's the best way for me to explain it. Something's just saying, there's people out there that need to hear your voice, that need to hear your story. Maybe similar stories to many people out there, but there's just something, there's that saying that you can hear the same thing over 100 times. And it'll take that 101 time for you to actually get it and understand it. And it has nothing to do with the people who are delivering it or who you are or anything like with that. It's just, it wasn't right time or place, and it wasn't necessarily the right medium for you in that time and place. So this is why this video is going out, because it feels like there's people out there that just need this, you know, and kind of want to can share my journey with me. So the events that's been happening with my body, I kind of put it out, and I asked for time because I was losing control of my body. I couldn't seem to catch up with all the things that were happening. I was diagnosed with COPD, never smoked a day in my life. I'm like, what the heck? I worked in corporate, what the heck? I ran about 5Ks that year, and all of a sudden to say, hey, your lungs are just not going to function the way you're accustomed to having them function. Okay, what the heck? So I had to deal with that. I don't respond well to medication, so was not a big fan of the meds. Yeah, meds and me don't do well. Had a lot of adverse effects to the medications, really physical impact. Like they usually say the 1 percentile that would experience this. Yeah, I'm that 1 percentile. I'm waiting for the positive effects, saying only 1% of the people will get, you know, elated moods and be back into perfect health, and 99% will not feel so well. That med, I think I'm going to go ahead and try, because I'll probably fit that 1% demographic. But pretty much that's been my life, and all these events within my body have been showing up. So with the fatigue and vertigo and spontaneous rupturing of tendons. Yeah, I had an Achilles tendon rupture. I have earlier videos of that, where walking in, it just snapped. No prior indication, no ankle swelling, no localized pain. I wasn't running, nothing I actually had thought about at that day prior to it rupturing in the evening was I was super surprised that I expected it to swell, because I was actually out of the country when it happened, and I had a really great flight with no swelling of the legs or the arms, which I was super surprised. And go figure, my body was hiding that little event from me. So when I came back into the country about a week later, because unfortunately my circumstances didn't allow me to leave the day of the injury, which was pretty much 4 hours into landing, so I had to come back to the country and have emergency surgery, because by the time doctor saw my ankle, they're like, yep, it was set wrong to begin with, so its chances of it healing naturally on its own correctly is, you know, marginal. So I'm booking you in for surgery in the next 2 hours. So hence life has changed. Medications. Of course, you have to have that to go through surgery. Took a while for my body to purge all that, and after that happened, I kind of fell back into my love of yoga. And because at that time in my life I could not commit to a physical practice, to the regiment of a physical practice, to going to a gym, it was just my brain just could not commit to that kind of regimented practice for self. But I decided to become a yoga teacher because I could commit to that kind of practice, to be able to give something and pay something forward, and learning at the same time to take care of me, but learning something that I could pay it forward. And that's kind of who I am, yeah, in a nutshell. So just wanted to kind of share that with you. And so now this series of these videos that are going to go through is me with frozen shoulder, and woke up the day before New Year's, so All Year's Day, shoulder, excruciating pain, and couldn't even lift my arm beyond my chest level without being in terrible pain. went to the physiotherapist. Thank goodness I have a whole community of people for alternative health care. And had it diagnosed as frozen shoulder. Pain was terrible. Was told that my journey was just beginning and that I'd have to go through the sequence of processes. I love Mother Nature. A hawk just flew by. A sequence of steps prior to actually going into the healing portion, or the ease of this journey, which is called the thaw. And I accepted that because I knew nothing of frozen shoulder at that time. And I just knew I was in excruciating pain, and for a person who doesn't like taking medications, was seriously considering having cortisone shots in my shoulder because I was in absolute agony. And so I kind of went into a downward spiral mentally, because come on, you know, wake up one day, you're fine, next day you're in agony, you know. And yeah, it was leading up to it. There was pain in between, but I thought I had just pulled something. Being a yoga instructor, being a yoga teacher, you know, we sometimes do pull and wrench things. And, you know, there's incidents where I felt like I might have wrenched or popped something because I might have moved too quickly because I wanted to curtail somebody else's movement. And didn't realize that there was probably an injury that had happened. And so time later, all of a sudden, surprise, frozen shoulder just shows up. And so now I'm sentenced to a journey of, I was told, anywhere between 6 months to a year to go through this process, and I'm in agony. And it's like, okay, all right. And I was not in a good place with that. So that's kind of where this opening for this video has started. And hopefully this is a nice enough teaser for you that you may want to look at the other videos. I'm going to stop this one because I'm into my 10-minute window. And I'll show you, I'm hoping to put together maybe a compilation of other videos of my journey to now. So I'm happy to say the agony it's there, but it's no longer ruling my life, and it's not as persistent. There are days where it's just aches, but it's not as tear and nausea-inducing agony, and not in a self-defeatist kind of just cut the arm off. Please, I've had enough agony. So it's a gradual incline to improvement, and yeah, and I'll share that part of the journey on the next video. So I'll see how this all goes. So you enjoyed my little 10-15 minutes intro in, and I hope that you enjoy the other videos and you find them informative for whatever's to come through. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you find healing in my journey as I found healing in my journey. Yoga teacher, I feel like I need to close it, so I'm going to close it. Bye. Namaste.